My name is Michael. Welcome to Driving Mod. And today, what we're doing is talking about the first race of Pacific Cup at the Ridge, which was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's 2 weeks ago now. Really showing this video before because I'm nervous about recording videos, and I've been debating how to do the first video of this season for racing. So endurance racing is pretty much all I'm going to be doing this season. So it's going to be 4 major videos, and I'm going to talk about our stuff we're going to be doing, and I'll probably do more of this format. And because I've had a bunch of adventures, I've done some off-roading stuff with our truck, which I'll talk about later. I've done a lot of this run stuff. Also, a lot of developments as far as the BRZ is and things like that. So anyway, we're going to get to that later. So this video is part 1 of 2. So I'm going to cover the Saturday race, and then I'm going to cover the Sunday race. Because there are 2 very, very different things and 2 very different experiences, which I'm actually happy to report. So talk about yellow. Peach of a car. It's a 1990s NA Miata. K24 swap with all the host of K-Power goodies. Home Depot aero front in birch. And with a 9 lives air dam, rear wing, and there's a splitter. I don't recall what the make of the split, rear diffuser. Don't recall the make. Zeta coilovers and a bunch of other suspension goodies, sway bars, things like that. So and a Harlequin rear, front and rear subframe. Harlequin being its multiple colors, because that's how we roll. So always a surprise when you work on our cars. Yellow car has been a car that's been on the team for a few years now. Developed over time. Again, reliable because of it. So it's also a car I look forward to driving. The seating position is just perfect for me. The seat, we tried to repulsor the seat, too expensive. So the seat looks a little ratty. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's comfortable. At least in a race suit, it's comfortable. Driving position is perfect. I could heel toe perfectly, as you'll see. I mean, in the wet, the car handled admirably. Built a lot. It was very confidence-inducing. It's a car that really rewards good driving, and you can just be really, really fast with it. So that was kind of the goal, how fast can we get? But then it rained. So, do the best we can. How do we do it? Can we get any faster? Blah, blah, blah. I'm rambling now. All right, so let's go for a drive. So what we're going to start with today is we're going to take actually through a pit stop, kind of what actually happened. So in a pit stop, we all call in the radio. We're all ready. We're pulling a driver out. In this case, it is Ruslan. So we're pulling Ruslan out of the car, and then we conduct fueling. So all this has to be done in 5 minutes, ideally. So then once this fueling is completed, the driver gets in the car, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm getting in the car. Someone did not remove the steering wheel, which was making it very difficult for me to get in the car. It's a common mistake. It's all good. Then everyone scrambles to get me strapped in, because it's actually very hard to strap yourself in because you have the helmet and everything. You also connect your audio to the mic, and so you can talk. We adjust the seat if possible. See what's all the way back, because Ruslan's a big guy. So that was pretty straightforward. And then we jump in the car, get strapped in, we check the mirrors, we check audio, which we'll be doing right now. And you actually see in the video there the pit stop counter, which is 355, 356 right now. So you might check, we go out, you can actually see it's very wet out. So yeah, and then we go in the order. So yeah, and then they release us. So ideally you want to do this in 5 minutes. We're at 5:05 looking at the video. So, and then we're going out. So checking steering here a little bit, see, and kind of getting the feel, because we did test the car Friday, but we want to make sure we get the feel right for this car. It's not a downpour, but it's still very, very wet. So going in from 1 to 2 here, kind of a steady line, looking for opportunities to pass safely without disrupting the car, because I'm not sure what it will do in the damp. Just testing the winter, so I slipped a little bit there. This whole section in 3 and 4, that was a big oil slick in the middle, so I actually couldn't dart in and out. So going through the common passing lane with here, getting into the carousel, and gently going into it, really trying to see what what I could get away with, basically. So going into 7, 8, turn 8. I should really know what these turn numbers are. So gently rolling on the throttle here, trying to pass this rabbit, darting inside. Kind of dangerous to go inside, because generally when you're driving the wet, you don't drive the dry line. Any driver will say that. But what if it's not available to you? What if someone else is in the wet line because they are also being cautious. You do what you can. So coming out of Thumb here, which is at turn 11, I believe. Going out of Thumb again, going the outside because the inside's taken by this blue BMW, darting in the outside. No, we're not darting at all. And going the outside here, rolling on throttle again, and then preparing to enter the corkscrew, which is generally a 4th to 3rd to 2nd. So a little bit too hard on the brakes, skids out a little bit here, and then diving in. So this one you could definitely get some slip going to the corner, and then you're just kind of coming around. Rolling the throttle a little bit, gentle, ease into it. You don't want to turn the wheel more than this. You just want to keep it there, or even less. It depends how your entry is, and then you roll into the throttle into the front straight. All right, getting passed by BMWs because that is just what happens. Even if you're on if you're in a Miata that has like 210 horsepower, 220. So it's probably, I think it's 220 horsepower, about 180 pound-feet torque. A little bit of slip there. The wheels kicked a little bit because it is slippery there. So definitely quick hands, slow feet. Absolutely. So going in the corner, I am using the drawing line a little bit, but the car feels stable. Sticking with it. Really trying to get a feel of the power. BMWs there. Yep. Very, very slippery here in the carousel. This is probably the carousel is very, very hard. It's completely flat. If there is camber, I have never felt it. So cars generally slide out. If you late apex, you can potentially slide off the course. So a lot of people brake early, turn in if it's dry, but if it's rain, you can late apex and come through and tighten in to because if you treat it like 2 corners, it works better. So because carousel, if you treat it as carousel as 1 corner, it's not as great. So coming into the Thumb here, this is a very fast corner. Usually I could hit about 95 to 110 miles an hour depending on the car I'm in, and then you brake very fast. Hard to do without ABS. Clearing the Thumb here, we're chasing after BMW. I'm really just following his line just to kind of get a feeling of where he's wanting to go, and whee, there we go. So slid around, that was not intentional, but caught it, which is good. Just had really good reflexes there. I want to make sure I'm able to like catch the stuff. Very important to me. And then a little bit of slide there, just coming into corkscrew. So definitely left it open for a lot of cars to cut me off. Exiting the corkscrew, going into the front straight, checking my mirrors. I got a BMW. It's always a BMW behind me, and they're always passing me, even if I got a free fast car. So watch this guy. He's going to weave through. I let off a little bit to let him through because it's not that kind of fight yet. So going in the line, and then we have a steady line of cars here. Very slick entering from turn 1, 2 to 3, going uphill here. Sometimes, generally, you will want to, dart in like kind of what I'm doing here. It's a shiny part in the inside of that oil slick. Rolling on throttle, out of sync. Again, this is a place that a lot of cars will slide off a lot. So going through, preparing, getting the car prepared for the Thumb, and you go straight in. A lot of cars go on the outside, slide on the side. It's not wrong. It really depends on the conditions, aero, and stuff on the car. So I usually just dive into it because least amount of distance, and then just turn sharply, 4th to 3rd. Depending on the car, 2nd will work. So yellow car. So coming into the braking zone for the corkscrew, too wide. Here, BMW always just cuts you out because that's what BMWs do. Behind this really very fast Miata, that Miata wins a lot. So going through it, entering around, not trying to target his line at all, just trying to get the feel of sense, because if you target, that things go bad. And then we get through, and yeah, we're back in straight again. Watch the legs, better there, perfect. So really very proud of my heel toeing that I've been doing for this race. Like a couple mistakes here and there, but was probably my best drive I have done. Like, yeah, maybe not in time, but like heel toeing has always been kind of a struggle for me, and I really got it down the car. I think just a lot of because the pedal placement, how it's all set up, really makes it conducive for me doing that. So I was rolling on throttle, getting out of the carousel, here, bumping in, a little tap of the brake. The splitter isn't hitting yet, and then coming out through 8, 9, getting on throttle, 10. Maybe that's 9. I think that's 9. I should have a course map up, to be honest. Going in, running outside. No drama on the wheel. It's also too tight on the wheel because then the front tires will slip. Going to this little tap of the brake. Going through, dart in, taking it really, really easy on the throttle. If you're gonna turn sharp, ease on the throttle. So less drama is always best for this kind of driving in the wet. All right, going in the corkscrew. This time handling a little bit differently. I'm just hopping off the inside curb there, and then we've got some traffic ahead. Traffic is always fun to play with. That means you can get some position points. And yeah, so going through. All right, braking into turn 1. Really good braking to 4th. So 5th to 4th. Got this 944 that's doing some shenanigans. Very kind Del Sol. They're very nice guys in the Q team, Q40 team, I think it's called. Yeah, going up, rising up in here, following that 944. It's been slanting around a little bit, and then just chasing after the group, just holding back a little bit because I just really don't want them sliding off the track and hitting me. So we worked hard to get this car fixed. Don't really want to be the guy that wrecks it. That's not foreshadowing. Not on the yellow car at least. But, so this guy ran out. He screwed up. Shit happens. Move inside. Take the inside. Trying to be very, very gentle on the throttle because I don't want to kick out. It's very rude if you kick your butt out when a car's behind you. It freaks people out. All right, brake into this. 3rd gear. Take the inside if it's allowable. At some point, I stop looking. If someone's behind me, they'll move. It's just, if you're worried about everyone else, then you're not going as fast as you can. Going into the corner, right in the throttle, approaching. You could ask what that car is. It is a Ford Escort with a different rear end now, one that is more aerodynamic. I really appreciate the welding job on that car. So going into passing the thumb here, slid around. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice drift. All right. So yeah, it says if you go too tight, you'll spill out, and then that stuff happens. All right. We are passing the Ford Escort now. We got a new clip here going through, going into turn 1. It's clear for me, so I'm taking the inside dry line. The track is drying enough to navigate it more effectively. Actually, don't even know what the time. Let's see here. We're running like 2:13s right now. Still, slow. But again, wet. Going through, taking the inside. Hopefully the guy yields it to me. He does. Perfect. Now I just carve the inside. Really rolling the throttle early. Straighten out the wheel. There we go. And then really dive into it, avoiding that wet patch on the side. All right, going to thumb here. 4th to 3rd. Taking the outside. Going the inside. Lot of drama on the wheel. Keeping it. That's almost too much drama. That's too much cornering, but even for the thumb, I could have done that earlier. Going into this, again, that's very good. Yeah, you don't want to go more than 90 degrees. This is, it's too much. Really, you do too much, then you start this. If the wheel's this, you go this and it's bad. So, a little bit too much brake. Woohoo! Almost off. That happens. So, so yeah, I didn't brake enough. Brakes locked up because no ABS, and we slowly slid off. Ford Mustang, GT, going around and chasing after them. I will generally hang back from cars that recently passed me because I just do not know what kind of driver they are. So largely let it be known. I'm a defensive driver until I decide to be offensive. So, in which case I'm really offensive. So going into carousel here, good heel toe shift, a little bit more too aggressive on the transmission. Didn't hurt or anything. It's just I tried to be smooth. So going there, taking a real nice, running around. The Mustang has a lot of torque, but it doesn't have to turn in. Going in, hit brake, turn in early. Now I'm getting on him. He's gonna run on throttle and probably pass me. He's gonna get on throttle earlier, and he's gonna start walking me a bit here because all my power is up high, his is down low. And adjusting the windshield wipers here to make sure that they are down at the bottom because sometimes they start raising up. All right, 4th to 3rd. I could probably in the dry getaway with 2nd here, but I'm choosing not to. taking it easy since I spun out the last one. So we are passing the Vauxhall's car. Always fun to see them out on the track. Going on the outside, going the inside, perfect shift to fourth, from fourth, fifth to fourth. Going into turn 2 here, another shift to third. That was probably my best one. So he scrunched down the time a lot from high 218s, 215s down to 211. I see a Bunny Boys car in front of me, and I love those guys. Really great competitors, very helpful. They've always supported the Guten team. We just kind of swap parts a lot, but I still like passing them. So it's nice to be able to be in a car that can pass them. In blue car, it was always a very good race. In blue car, a race against them, I do miss it, but I also enjoy passing them. Let's be honest. All right, just got out of the carousel and coming in. A little bit of like tapping the brake before the dip, coming out, taking the inside, staying the inside. There we go. I could have turned earlier to carve it a little bit better, but doesn't happen. Shit happens. All right, so coming down with the cold, so excuse me those things. Anyway, going into the thumb, going straight into it, braking pretty hard, just modulating the throttle there. A little bit of tricky shift. Could have done better there. Exiting out of it. Could have been tighter, but I'm kind of targeting the BMW a little bit when I shouldn't. Outside, a little bit of tap of the brake going in. Really rolling on the throttle here as much as I can, as early as I can. Now that the course is dry, we're scrunching the time. We see 2:07 on the phone. That's running race capture, and so we're steadily going faster. I think we were around 7th or 8th at this point, or actually I don't know. It's been too long ago, unfortunately. I really need to do these videos sooner. So going around the corner, got the carousel, finishing the corkscrew, going to front straight. So a lot of cars I need to pass here with the BMW. BMW's not necessarily holding me up with the E46, but it could clear me a path, which is what I'm hoping for. So passing this rabbit, going through. I'm going to take the inside, possibly cut him off. Nope, he's going to take it. He's blocking me, which is fair. I let off to allow him in. Going the uphill here, taking around about 60 miles an hour at this pace. In the wet, I was taking around 55. You can take it around 65, 68 if you hit it just right. It takes a lot of cojones though. All right, going the typical passing zone if you're in track night. Go straight in, aim for the outside, maybe possibly carve in. Really want to see the hole that the E46 creates and then draft it basically. So CRX is letting me through, possibly. Number 246 going through. Yep, we got the torque to get through. Going in. And then I think that's an RX-7 on the right. Yeah, it's the RX-7. So yeah, the Earl, I think it's like Sir Eddie's car. But I think it's a V8 in that thing too. Past those two cars, it's pretty much letting the BMW make a path for me to get through. So go through straight into the thumb. Taking left. I could have done that sooner. I should have done that sooner. It's interesting, like you watching these, posts, and you're like thinking, like, wow, I could have done that better, and endeavor. So that's why these videos help me out too. So going straight into it. So another BMW passes me as they do. All right, staying the outside a little bit. Outside, going to carve in because I do have a couple cars behind me. Going to bump into it, bump down into it. There's one thing I wish the car had, like, is torque, and compared to the black car, which is very, very torquey, it made these areas of the course a lot of fun. So blowing the throttle, just want to get as close to those BMWs as I can. I know they're going to outrun me, but I'm going to do my best I can to really kind of get through there. All right, stay on the outside. Hit the fourth and third. Carving in very sharp in here, which is exactly what I was hoping for. I took this around 62 miles an hour. Sorry, 65. Really carving it inside now that it's dry. Staying in. Heavier cars usually hang out to the right. The Miatas and such can hang out to the left. I definitely want to try doing more of the outside line in the M2. I think I can take better advantage of it. It is a heavier car for it. So yeah, going through the carousel here, really sticking the inside, See if I can stick to him a little bit. I think I scrubbed a bunch of speed there doing it that way. Now that I made it faster, the front splitter is in the ground a bit. Taking the inside, carving it out, seeing if I can squeeze in to get on the torque earlier. Do pass him? We do. We pass him. So, got him. Alright, going in the thumb. Yep, perfect shift in third, taking it sooner now. Now no traffic, I'm not focused on the traffic. I can attack it right, which is great. Hit it right. So adjusting the windshield wipers because they're in the way. Because you keep on. It just happens. It's so helpful. Gotta get the timing right. Alright. Fourth, third to second. I messed that sequence up a lot. I've been working a lot, putting a lot of practice into that sequence. Alright, going through the final part of the corkscrew. I think it's like turns 11, 12, 14 or something like that. Again, should have a track map. Alright, I think I see black car. Yep, I see black car. We're about to pass black car. So, alright, gonna do some drafting. Let black car know I'm saying hi, and gonna do some shenanigans. Bye. Awesome. Pass black car, pass a white EG, EK, it's a Civic. Alright, got some traffic ahead. Could have done that shift better going to first. Getting really close to that 944, the giant wing. Alright, see if I can stick the inside. Can I stick the landing? Yes, I 944, past that one. Alright, now the Ford Escort. Sometimes, you know. So we can pass them. We do have the torque here. We have the horsepower. Don't have the torque. We do have the horsepower to get up on the higher range and get through it. We take the inside, push him to the side, really carving into the curbing in the center to slow me down to help my turn in. That was the theory anyway. Get through it. Talking on the radio, I forget what was the reason. I think it's so the oil pressure and the water pressure was fluctuating in the car. I wasn't sure which one to believe. Because that's how we roll. So learned later that oil pressure was something I needed to keep a watch on, and that it was a factual value, and we were seeing it range from I think 80 psi to 4. So in some of the corners or letting off the throttle, we would run into like a low oil pressure, and that was it. Yeah, so I see like 74, 76, 81. It's in the left-hand side is the oil pressure gauge. So it does fluctuate a lot. The water pressure was ranging from like 500 to like 300, 600. Like it doesn't. It goes. All right, go straight. Really got in the groove. Having a lot of fun here. Passed by a BMW. Of course I'm past BMW. When am I not being passed by BMW? All right, turn in. Hit that perfectly. Third gear. Perfect heel toe. Love it. Love it. Love it. Again, I was having a lot of fun. Really in the zone. It was shocking because I had like 2 hours of sleep and had a splitting headache when I was racing, and I was dehydrated, so all 3 bads in there. So yeah, I'm going to pass the 606 car. Let's see here. I think that is the one that Randy Popes is driving. Tuck in the inside. Really using the BMWs. BMWs are very useful for getting around people. They just open the door, everyone just moves out of the way, because generally BMWs are hyper aggressive. I can feel like I get the fast time, really tucking it in, getting the shifts in where I need it, turning in early here, which is what you do. Stick to the left, pump it to the right, really aim straight, punch it left, tuck. Notice the wheels not turning, and I'm just modulating throttle. Wheels not a lot of drop on the wheel, just using the throttle to get me around the corner. And then we saved a second there. Entering the carousel, again, very, very difficult. This is probably where I lose the most time from really fast drivers. I just get confused at what I should do. Coming out of it, entering the dip. Yep, dragging the front splitter, taking the turn, going around. Yeah, so we're getting really quick here. I think my top time, you might see it in this video. I'm not sure if I recorded it. my GoPro was running out of batteries for this because I had wireless turned on, so I can only get maybe an hour of driving. Coming in here, get the Vauxhall's car, I believe. No, it's a different Mustang. Okay, passing them easily, which is nice. Love that power. Going into the corkscrew. Perfect downshift. Love it. Perfect down into second. Really very pleased with the heel toe. If I could stay with like one of the BMWs, because I think all of them like have upgraded motors, or even though all the E30s have like modern M3 motors or something close to it. I'm trying not to make an accusation here. I actually don't know, but they're always just really, really fast. And I'm jealous. That's what it is. I'm just jealous. All right, misshift there from fourth to fifth. So hopefully Vlad doesn't see that. All right, perfect shift in the third, really cool. Getting into that a little bit, off to the right a bit, but definitely getting distracted by the wipers here, tucking it in for this part. This is probably my favorite part of the track, is really just keeping it in there. You can tuck it in further than you think. If you really think about where the placement of the wheels are, you could really get it in there, but that may not necessarily be faster. All right, carousel, outside in, staying the inside, really modulating throttle, not turning the wheel too much, winding it out. A little bit, slapping the splitter. We have like little pucks underneath, so it's not actually like damaging the splitter so much. Not until later. All right, really putting in the stops here. I want to get sub 2 minutes. It's easily done. This car is very much capable. Like, well, I know actually how fast it is. Spoiler. Gabe got a 155 on this car, so at least I could get like a 157, 156, 157 or something. I know it's possible. All right, so going in, yeah, diving in here. Took the carousel. We're gonna try to see if we can scrub some speed, or not scrub too much speed. Let's be honest. I know I could go faster in the air. I'm just very nervous. I don't want to spill out. I don't want to lose that time. Taking the corner in earlier. Again, no drama on the wheel. Just, you know, you could probably go in tighter as it gets drier, but you're not really maximizing acceleration. If you turn too much, you're not maximizing your acceleration. You're actually compromising the tire there. I mean, it depends on your alignment setup, things like that. All right, going into the thumb. Really getting the timing right. Really tacked it in. So yeah, dive that on. That was a perfect. To me, that was a perfect entry. This. It's arguable if you take the hump or take the jump onto the curbing. Curbing allows you to turn more, but you sacrifice speed. But if you have the momentum, it works. All right, going to the corkscrew here. Perfect second. Very proud of that. Got some traffic coming up. Third good. Well. Yep. We see a 159. Got it. Yep. Groovy. Got the 159. I've gotten lots faster in these cars, but or not necessarily in this car. Like, kind of achievement is an achievement to get that 159 in there. Just because we haven't really gotten. I think that was like the fastest time so far in yellow car for that race. It's very much capable, like as I said, like it did 155s the next day. Spoiler. If you want to watch your video, I will tag his video because Gabe's really, really fast. So most of our drivers are pretty fast, but we just didn't have the opportunity with all the rain. All right, going to the corkscrew, not carousel. Oh my gosh. Alright, I love this car on the left. It has like no doors. It has nothing in it. I don't know how that's legal, but it works. And, you know, with all that weight savings, it keeps up. I hate that it keeps up. But there's a couple female drivers on there. Really awesome. Really good racers. Very happy with those folks. Alright, chasing on to this E30. Not a BMW driver, I feel like I should know all the BMWs, but I don't. I like Japanese cars a lot more. I love my M2, but like just love Japanese cars more. Not about that German car lineage. Porsches are all the same to me. I don't care who's offended. It's a Beetle. Anyway, so we got a Civic here. All right, blocking the E30 so I get past the Civic. 3 cars in a row going to the corkscrew, taking the inside, kind of being a chump about it a little bit, but I don't care. It's racing. All right, on to this Protege, maybe taking it in. I've passed it before, so we'll see if we can do so again. I think that is new student drive, like some amateur drivers. So that's cool. Pass them without a fuss. Awesome. Slowed me down a little bit. We're like 2 to 11. You know, it happens. Like when you battle, like you're not going to get the fastest time, and so it's very like I do love Black Car because it's a very good battle car. But if you're battling, you're not getting a faster time. So you do what you can. So I'm taking it easy here. I felt the wheels slipping a little bit. So, ooh, I see a 159 in there. Maybe I'm not slowing down. Who knows? Taking the outside line to play with that. See if that gets me faster. I am seeing oil flash, oil pressure lights flashing on the dash there. Not sure if I should be paying attention to that at this point. I found out later I should have. All right, coming here we got the 944. We got the Escort again. So I'm pretty much at this point lapped them. Just fine. Anonymous racing. Okay, passing them. We're getting close to passing them. We'll see. Nope, he's gonna take the outside. Nope, he decided to take the inside because I. Yep. I think he was mad at me. Maybe he was mad at me. I don't know. I mean, things happen. Or maybe he was waving past. I wasn't sure. It wasn't very clear to me. Should probably rewind that, but eh. All right. Bump to bump. Inside, I'm scrubbing too much speed. I really should not have done that. Live and learn. There we go. Because I was gonna be able to pass him anyway. I don't know why I did any of that. Alright, going through. Run straight. We're going for time. I see a 150. Still 159s. Yeah. I need more time with the car in the dry to really just get better, and that's driver excuse, let's be honest. So we got rain again, going through. A lot of traffic here. So my dry period, my opportunity to get a really fast time has ended. I think I got like a 158 or something. Fastest for that car for that day, so I'll take it. Yeah, a lot of traffic. Got the Bunny Boys in front of me, and the Mustang, and S190. I don't know my Ford. Actually, I do know my Fords. I should know that. All right. See what we can do here. Negotiating past these folk. All right. I think I got the Mustang. I do. Passing through the middle with the Bunny Boys. And then I think it's a 1.6 spec Miata. Maybe 1.8. I don't know. All right. Oh, there's Randy. So that Randy's tired. So he told me a fun story after dinner. He, I think like a hose or something pops. Or no, like some of their aero bits blocked the radiator on that car, and then then it overheated, or some coolant hose. No, it was like a coolant hose popped because of it, and then poured coolant all over the radiator that saved the motor. So, but that was Randy Pope's driving, so that was cool. There's my only claim to fame ever. Not ever, but all right. It's rain. We're taking it a little bit easier. Still shifting like awesome. So, going here, third gear, really take it easy. It's probably one of the more dangerous parts, times to drive on the track, is when it's suddenly wet. Still, yeah, looking at 201 though. All right, taking it inside. Do I have an opportunity? Changing the brake bias back a little bit, and. Yeah, so that's like a little brake bias thing. We tweak it between dry and wet. Just 1 click or 2 clicks. I don't know if I noticed a difference, but honestly I wasn't really paying that much attention. So, all right, I'm gonna take the inside, see what we can do here. Oh, looks like a yellow flag. So, All right, past the E30, attacking this. Attacking this. It's an R. It's a Volkswagen GTI or a Golf R. I think it actually is an R because it sounded like it had the VR6, which sounded really wonderful. And I battled this guy on Friday as well. Oh, sorry, not Friday, but on Sunday. And we had similar torque figures, so that made that battle very interesting and a lot of fun. Sometimes you just get it with guys, and you're just like, yeah, this is fun. All right, so I see we kind of get the inside because he can't take the inside. It's gonna be me. Yep. Sounded like, yep, you're a cool dude. We battled earlier in a prior clip when I realized the GoPro wasn't recording. So, but yeah, so I think that's gonna be the final clip here. Okay, so how do we do? So yellow car, I will still say like I was short on sleep. I think I had like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And I had a splitting headache. I was dehydrated, very irritable. So I apologize to my race mates that I was a shit. So yeah, but I was probably, and this is why I think this video was important. Because I really want to share it. It was some of my best driving I have done in a competitive setting, and just kind of in general. Just really, there was a bunch of laps where I just was on point, lap after lap after lap, hitting things mostly right. I mean, you could always say that, I could have hit this corner faster or this, in each lap. That's always going to happen. I'm trying, like, I'm not a professional driver. I'm just doing the best I can. I do this a lot for fun. It's a bucket list thing of just doing, real to wheel racing, and I just want to share it with you guys. So, and this long format, really enjoy watching this long format because I think it really takes you kind of into the driver's seat of what's going on in my head as a driving, which is, I think, different than what other people are showing here. So I really wanted to cover that experience of like, all right, you're sitting in the seat for 2 hours, and I'll not burden you guys with the 2 hour video, but because I don't have the clips anyway. So that's what I just wanted to show is like, all right, what's thinking of going in this corner? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Some of it may not make sense. Some of it's probably maybe suboptimal. I'm sure a lot of it's suboptimal, let's be honest. But, this is driving. This is learning. Driving the black car tomorrow on Sunday, which will be a part 2 of this video, is really show like what I can do with a car that has a lot more torque. And that's not like a dig on the yellow car at all. I love yellow car. Yellow car's a really good time attack car. I would love to take it on a track where it's not wheel-to-wheel racing and just hoon the shit out of it and really see what it can do with some like, some AO52s or something like that. Not some RS4 stuff. Like it's a fast tire, but it's not a fast tire. There's stickier stuff out there. And I mean, yellow car is with fresh RS4s is capable of a low 155. I think that Gabe got like a 150. So Gabe of New Age Motoring. Wet Wayne driving, really, I am scared of. I have binned it a lot in the rain. I've binned my personal cars in the rain twice. It's before I started YouTube stuff. There was a video I had of the Pacific Raceway race, but my hard drive died, so I lost the edit. But I didn't lose the footage, but also the BRZ had some issues, and I was not really feeling doing videos then. So when I lost the footage of when I lost all the editing I'd done for the Pacific race, but I binned it there too. So, very deathly afraid of hydroplaning. Do not like it, and so I'll do everything I can to make it. I will literally go slower, not push, because I just really do not want to. I don't want to be that guy that hurts the car, because I've been that guy that hurts the car. So, maybe possibly foreshadowing. Anyway, so that's part 1 and 2. Yellow car, a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I will see you for part 2. Thanks.